Yo! Yo! Welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Motherfucking Podcast. Hold on, let me try this together. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and also this is the Cruising Podcast, where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on YouTube, Twitch, also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, all the rest of that cool stuff where you can normally find Apple Podcast. I mean, any podcast, free podcast needs. Also, where you can find me, Andrew Cruz, on also the Cruising Podcast and all the updates of it, is at Cruising Podcast on Instagram, also at Nicetown Finest on YouTube, on Twitter. I fucking did this yesterday too. I did that yesterday too. I always do this. Why? Okay, so today is supposed to be talking about anime and video games, so we're gonna get right into this motherfucker. Woo! All right, so I finally finished the first season of Demon Slayer. Yo, I can't wait for the next season. They already told us, they already confirmed it. We have another season of Demon Slayer coming. So I'm not even worried anymore. Even though I'm ready. The way they kind of ended was pretty sweet because now we have, Tanjiro now has his friends, because most animes are, the hero normally needs like a group, like maybe 2 or 3 people to, be around him as, they go through adventures in life. And let's just say that, well, the only problem I had with the ending of this season was that it really just we like every single episode up to probably the last 2, maybe last 3, no, last 2. The last 2 episodes, we didn't get any action. We didn't have any action. But we did get to meet the top 9 Demon Slayers. And what's cool about this is that they are 9 different like elements to them. Like one's a snake, one's water, one's fire, one's love. Sorry, I'm gonna try to get through this show as much as I can because I fallen ill again because the weather decided to go from fucking 70 to 39 degrees. Some bullshit. So here's the deal. Okay, so all of the 9 have different abilities, pretty much. One is love, one is stone. We got Wind, who apparently is a badass. And we find out, Tanjiro's sister, Nyosuke. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, he says his name all the time. Niso. Okay, fuck it up. I'm just gonna fuck it up. All right, so his sister that is a demon, he's trying to make her into back to human. We know that there is a top 9, and there's also like we got to meet the Grand Master. The Grand Master of all of the Demon Slayers is actually blind, but it seems like he's a very soft guy. Like the 9 kind of talk to him with respect, but also like can rise up and disrespect him all at the same time. It's very weird. Like they all respect him, they all fear him, it seems like, but it just seems like also they don't really fear him. They like, I don't know. I just don't get it. I didn't get it with his introduction, which was pretty good. It was a good introduction. He also read the letter where the original teacher and also Tokita, who if everybody remembers, he's the first Demon Slayer we see after Tanjiro's sister, and really his whole family was slaughtered by a demon. We got to see, I just said his fucking name. I just said his Timoka. Whatever. That's what we're rolling with right now. He's the first one to save he really was the first one to save Tanjiro, and also he is the first one to encounter his sister as a demon, and also notice that his sister's actually different. She doesn't need to feast on human blood she doesn't need to devour humans to get her strength. She actually just needs to sleep, and she actually went to sleep for 2 fucking years straight, like while Tanjiro went to go do the final selection and shit. Actually, when he trained before the final selection and then go do the final selection. Look, this show really, the action kind of turned down a little bit. We got a little bit more, like Tanjiro now has learned how to do total concentration constant. Him and Nosuke and Zin oh my god. Ziechi. The puss. I don't like him. I don't like it. Like, I hate when animes have that type of character that is like a coward and is really loud about it. But some of the things he's actually kind of funny sometimes. And then of course he's the perv. You know, every anime has to have the strong lead, the really crazy sidekick that has to find that's an asshole to begin with, but then has a heart of gold. And then they have to have the perv and also the coward. And this is really every anime's this is really going down to every anime, really all genres of anime. This is really all three of these characters are literally prototype characters of animes. Then let's be real. And if he sees like a girl, his nose start bleeding. Oh my god, yeah, shit like that. So we do have we have all that. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure. So the season ends with them being on a train and they're getting ready to fight the last lower ranked demon that Musan will allow. Like, he allowed one chick to stay alive and gave her his blood to pretty much, she's strong as shit right now. And that's the last demon. I mean, that's the demon that's going to be on the train that they have to stop from killing people right now. And what's funny is Nosuke and Tanjiro didn't know what a train was. They've been living on the countryside of Japan. I mean, this is kind of like feudal Japan. It's kind of like the Industrial Revolution in Japan. This is where this show's kind of being revolved around. Like, they have electricity. Hold on. Did they have electricity? Yeah, it was kind of either it was electricity or it was really well-lit cities, which kind of fucked up Tanjiro too. And then they had trains. And so this is, it was funny because Inosuke was like, hey, he said he went to go fight the train. And Tanjiro was like, look, maybe it's a good train. Maybe it's a good spirit. They think that the train is a spirit. And they didn't understand it. So it's kind of cool to watch that part too. And Zenochi sat there and told them, what it was. They tell him what the train is, how it transport people and stuff like that. I think it was weird seeing them kind of connecting with the actual people, because apparently they're not allowed. It's kind of weird to see people walking around. One dude wearing a boar's fucking head with no shirt on and a boar's leggings, and he's walking around with two swords. And I mean, it can get a little weird. All right, it can get a little sketchy for everyone. And the cops did not take too kindly to them. So, but yeah, so the show ends with them getting ready to fight the last lower ranked demon on the train, and also they're with one of the actually the fire element demon slayer, Hashira. That's what they are. They are Hashira. I don't know how they said it in Japanese. I think it's Hashia, and it's they're actually the highest ranked people in the Demon Slayer Corps. So that's where we're at right now with Demon Slayer. I just feel like the action kind of really just toned down. They were trying to get more of a story where they're getting their abilities and they're working on their abilities, and that's where we're at with the final part of this season. So hopefully the action picks right back up with them fighting the new the now lower ranked literally the last lower ranked demon. That's where we're at with the next season. Okay, let's also talk about, hold on, let me make sure I get everything right. But we're also here to talk about My Hero Academia. See, I wanted to do a Demon Slayer title, but I was like, I think I did a Demon Slayer title already. I don't think I've done a My Hero yet. So I'm just going, this is it. So here's my problem with My Hero right now. The problem I have with My Hero Academia right now is that it seems like they've deviated from Deku being the main character to now they're doing different storylines, and they're not filler episodes. These are not filler episodes by any means. These are not filler episodes. every episode so far this season, except for the first episode, except for the first, every episode since then have been going towards the storyline. But it seems like, well, last week's episode was Sun Eater. You know, we find out that Sun Eater, literally his powers are bad ass. His powers are badass. Whatever he eats, he takes on the characteristics. So, like, say he eats an octopus, he gets octopus hands. Say he eats like clam or something like that, his hands turn into clam. We also find out really if he eats anything that he eats, he takes on the characteristics. It's not just food items. And we find out that when he's fighting a guy that makes himself into crystals, he actually ingests crystals and makes his body into a crystal. But like he can do that too. It was pretty sweet to see a different character that we have not seen before get the shine. But also, like we keep like it will start off with Tanjiro. Well, damn, I am fucking up two fucking shows. We start off with Deku and Toga and Togata, and they're running through the hallways and stuff, and they are stuck in a room with three villains. And this is the episode where Sun Eater is fighting. We get a backstory on Sun Eater. We also get more of a backstory of his powers, and also we get to see like pretty much a full range of his powers. Now, what happened to him at the end of this episode, we don't know. It seems like because he passes out. I guess he passes out, but it seems like he went into a different room. Like he started opening up a door and then he passes out. He's like, "Oh, what's going on with my head? Oh no, what is that noise? Oh my gosh, I might gotta get in. I don't know what's going on." So yeah, that's what's going on with that. That was that last week's episode. This week's episode is more about Red Riot. Again, we see is Red Riot the fucking MC? Like this is the second. This is the second out of like what 4 weeks? Second time out of 4 weeks that Red Riot is the main focus of an episode. It just seems like, we see more of his backstory, why he became a hero, how he became a hero. And we already know his powers. And we also find out that Fat Gum is actually not fat. Like, I didn't know that the more he eats, he has to eat like that so he can stay fat. Because if he gets punched, like his body absorbs all of the punch. Like if, like, say he gets hit by a bullet or something like that, like his body actually absorbs all the punishment, and it actually gets beaten down to where he can become skinny. And also when he's getting beaten down, he can actually take over the power. Like he's actually absorbing more power when he's getting beaten down. It was pretty cool. It was pretty sweet to see his power. We're not used to seeing different characters like this, and seeing their pretty cool that we're getting more of an understanding of more people's quirks. I just wish that I just thought I was just hoping. Well, I think we are getting to that moment where it's going to be Deku and probably Togata versus Overhaul. I think that's where we're leading up to right now. We're going to lead up to that. That's going to be a hell of a fight too. We all know Overhaul. It seems like he's a very formidable villain. He's a really good. I like his quirk. His quirk as a villain is pretty sweet, where he can just pretty much blow up anything with just the touch of his hand. Like it's fucking crazy. And so I'm very excited to see more. Goodness gracious, that's taking all my energy. I'm very excited to see like their fight coming up. I wonder what's coming up next. I haven't, I almost watched trailers beforehand, but I hope that we get more focused on Deku, who seems like he's supposed to be the main character of this show. And yeah, that's what I'm really hoping for. I also had a vote on Instagram about who's the better MC, Tanjiro, who has 1 season under his belt, or Deku. And the vote was pretty much one-sided with Deku. I don't think people watch Demon Slayer that much yet, and that's probably which is fine. It's okay. I know it's 1 season, but I feel like Tanjiro is like, I think his storyline is a lot more. It's a lot better so far than Deku already, and that's just 1 fucking season. I think his storyline, we all know the storyline already. Like I've been saying it, like he became a demon slayer. He never even knew how to swing a fucking sword. This shit's crazy. You know, he's doing everything he can to make sure that his sister becomes a human again, which is once again very awesome. He's like the dude, like I love his storyline. But My Hero Academia has done shit, man. Okay, so yeah, but so by My Hero, we're getting to the part. They're all in the Overhaul's big headquarters right now. They're all trying to race to come and get them. So we're gonna figure out. They're really the main person they're trying to take out right now is Eraserhead, and they still can't take him out. Every chance they get, like every chance that this new villain league is trying to do, like they're trying to take out Eraserhead because Eraserhead can take away your quirk. That's just that when he looks at you. So right now, that's what they're trying to do. Also, that's their plan so far is trying to take out Eraserhead, so they're able to fight pretty much with free will. So yeah, that's where we're at with My Hero so far. Next week, I'll definitely be talking more about My Hero. Also, I want to finish Gangsta. I'm reverting back. I need to finish that shit. It's actually a really good anime. If you get a chance on Hulu, Gangsta is real. It's a really good anime. We're dealing with two guys. One of them is he deaf? I know he's mute. He's mute most definitely. Is he deaf? No, he's not mute. Sorry, he's not mute. Sorry, he is deaf. He's deaf because he's not mute because he talks. So, we got one guy who is deaf, and he's this thing called the Twilight. Apparently, they are like super soldiers, and the other guy, they're pretty much mercenaries, both of them. Him and fuck, I gotta remember their names. You know what? I'm gonna go in depth on Gangsta next week, so that's totally fine. I don't know the names right now because I'm very tired. I mean, I'm very like my mind is everywhere right now. So before I finish this episode out today, I want to talk about the video game awards that happened on Friday, December 12th. No, that's Thursday. Sorry, Thursday, December 12th. Goodness gracious. So I'm gonna just run down the list real quick. Right now, game of the year: Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. I heard this is one of the hardest games of the year. This is actually, I've heard so many things about this game being like the hardest game to play. I gotta want to check it out now because it's one game of the year. So and it's a pretty huge deal. I mean, God of War won last year, so this is a pretty huge deal. Sekiro Dies Twice, Shadows Dies Twice, is the game of the year. What was in the running, which is weird, and this is kind of stupid to me, but what we'll get here. Control really just came out. Well, it came out in September. I guess that counts. That counts for this year. Death Stranding came out last month. Why did Death Stranding have to be up for this award this year? It's kind of, I feel like it was not enough. It wasn't enough time for it to come out. I mean, for it to like gain popularity or anything. It just didn't seem like it was enough time for it. I feel like a month out from the Game Awards should have been like I feel like that should have been like a like the deadline at some point. But Death Stranding, I've heard great things about it. I really want to play it. I might even try to rent it at some point in time. Resident Evil. That was a remake. The Resident Evil 2 was a remake. Remastered edition of Resident Evil 2 was also out. Very popular game when it came out, though. I'm not going to play Resident Evil 2 because I'm a pussy and I don't want to be scared and shit. So that's just the way I roll. Don't judge me. Judge me for my legacy, not judge me for now. Yeah, that's all I ask. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has been a fan favorite on the Switch. And I feel like it probably didn't get its just due because it's on the Switch. Well, the Switch is actually becoming very popular now. And also Smash Ultimate has a very huge esports scene. Actually kind of almost taking over what the FGC has been doing. So it's kind of hard. I hear Sekiro was really good though. I really want to kind of try it out. Knowing me, I'll lose my shit. And then Outer Worlds. I heard great things about Outer Worlds. Very good things about Outer Worlds. This is why I was like, oh, Activision did something well with Sekiro then. But Outer Worlds just came out too. like in November. I felt like actually like late November, if I remember correctly. Didn't they come out? When the fuck did Outer Worlds come out? It might have came out earlier then. It might have been October. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not a fan of that. That's not. I feel like that's not fair. Like it's been out all year. I think it's been out since March, and people, I don't know. I don't know about that, man. I didn't play any of these games up there. That's weird. Well, it's not weird. It's just me, money wise and shit. Okay, best action game. The winner went to Devil May Cry 5. Very popular. Actually, it's a very popular title. I've never really played it. Dante, but Dante is a very, very huge deal in the video game community. As like a really big main character to a series. Okay, so what's on this list is Apex Legends, which I'm surprised this is on this list. I thought the popularity of it kind of fell off, and it seems like the popularity kind of rose back up a little bit more too. As the best action game, possibly. Astra Chain, I have no idea what the fuck that is. It's on Nintendo. It's a Nintendo property, Platinum Games property. Never heard of it. Yeah. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. We got Call of Duty back. They gave us back a classic video game. I feel like me not playing Devil May Cry, I think Call of Duty is probably the best action game this year. It just coming back and being great again. Someone made Call of Duty great again. You see what I did there? You see what I did there? Because somebody just got impeached today. I don't know who got impeached today. I keep hearing the name keeps getting impeached. I don't know who it was, but Call of Duty was made great again. All right, so Gears 5. I don't like Gears of War. I've never liked Gears of War. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I fucking hated playing that game. I felt like what's crazy is I hated playing that game, but I love playing Army of Two. I love playing Army of Two. Army of Two was fun as shit. But in like Gears of War and Army of Two are literally like cut and paste type shit. Like that's literally what it was. And I don't know. I just never liked Gears. But I know a lot of people love playing Gears this year. Yeah, I didn't try to rhyme, but I am a rapper. Metro Exodus was also a nominee. Never played it myself. Heard I actually once again, I mean, they wouldn't be up here if they weren't great games. All right, action adventure. Don't know the fucking difference between an action game and an action adventure game, but this is where we're at. As you know, the game of the year won this one. Sekiro's Shadows Die Twice. Borderlands 3. My homeboy that I used to work with, one of my good friends I used to work with, loves Borderlands. This is his game. He was trying to get me to play Borderlands forever, and I never played it. I never got a chance to get into it and play it, and I still probably won't because I don't know. It's just not something I would like. And then also Control. We got also Death Stranding, Resident Evil, and The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. This shit looks horrible. Okay, so we're gonna go through this. Actually, let's just go through some good ones, I guess. Action direction. Let me just go through it. Control won that one. I heard great. Once again, I heard the design, the gameplay was fantastic. Call of Duty Modern Warfare won audio design. That means it has the best in-game audio and sound design. Community support. Ooh, Destiny 2 won that. Community support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness. This means their customer service is fucking amazing. That's what they're trying to say. Bungie's apparently Bungie is really good at customer support. Also we got Apex, Final Fantasy, Fortnite, Rainbow Six Siege, which has been out for 38 years. All right. Content creator of the year for a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the industry. Shroud was the winner of this. Now, if I know a lot of people probably don't know who Shroud is, but Shroud was actually the one that has actually the most followers on Twitch, other than somebody that we know that left. He went to Mixer. Just saying. Courage, and also Dr. Lupo. I hear a lot of things. I hear Dr. Lupo's name a lot. Ewok and Griff. I want to say Griff. Hopefully I didn't fuck your name up. I'm sorry if I did, man. Esports coach Donnie Sonic Swordston for Astralis CSGO. I listened to Checkpoint XP, well, now Checkpoint AFK or Checkpoint XP, I think they still are, the Daily Show. And they talk, I always hear about Astralis a lot. A lot. I hear about Astralis being like an unstoppable team on CSGO. So it's a pretty huge name. I haven't seen, I don't know any of these other ones. Esports event of the year, League of Legends World Championships. I hear that's probably the biggest thing since sliced bread. Also, Overwatch Grand Finals. I actually watched that shit. Evo 2019, which is the fighting game championship. Fortnite World Cup. I'm surprised they didn't win. I'm very surprised. I feel like that actually hit like national news. The Fortnite World Cup, because the 16-year-old won $3 million. That's I don't know what that is. The international also 2000. Hold on. I thought the international was League of Legends. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Okay. Esports game of the year, League of Legends, because that's literally the most popular esport right now. Also, like, Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, Dota 2, Fortnite, and also Overwatch were in this category too of esports game of the year. I'm glad esports is like the big thing right now. Okay, esports host FJ Sojas. I'm sorry, I ain't going. I'm going to fuck your name up, so I'll refuse to like ruin it for you. So her name is FJ. I'm just going to say FJ. Yeah, Stokes. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I'm probably going to hear it from Checkpoint, so they can tell me the name. But yeah, apparently she is the esports host of the year. Woo! Want to check it out. I don't know what what sport, like which esport she actually does. I want to kind of see what we can find. Okay. The esports player of the year is actually the 16-year-old that I was talking about that won the Fortnite World Cup, Kyle Booga Gersdorf. Did I say it right? Hopefully I didn't say it too wrong. I'm sorry if I did. But yeah, Booga won esports player of the year. I mean, you won player of the year. I mean, to me, you're like esport. Yeah, you're the guy because you won $3 million fucking by yourself. It was amazing. That's amazing for a 16-year-old. You ain't got to do shit for the rest of your life, probably for a while. Well, not for the rest of your life, probably for a while. Okay, so esports team G2 Esports. I think they won the League of Legends title. I think that was the international. I heard not. I might be wrong. Also team. Oh, San Francisco Shock won this year? Shit. All right. Family game of the year. Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm not surprised. I hear great things about it. I mean, is Super Smash Bros. Really a family game? You play that with your family? It's kind of tough money. All right. Well, we're going to keep going. Fighting game of the year, Super Smash Bros. We also had Jump Force, Dead or Alive 6, Mortal Kombat 11, Samurai Showdown. Let's just be real. Super Smash Bros. Was winning this no matter what. Fresh Indie, ZA. I don't know what the fuck any of that is. We're not even gonna go that way. Game Direction, Death Stranding. It actually beat out Shakiro's Shadows Die Twice, Outer Worlds, Resident Evil 2, the re-fucking master. I don't know how this shit is even up for. I'm gonna ask questions. And also Control. Well, man, let's just go to some big ones. Let's figure it. Mobile game of the year is Call of Duty Mobile. Yo, it's only been out for a couple months, but the popularity, like I see everybody playing this fucking game. It's amazing. It was amazing. Oh, it's like way too many fucking shits up here. But yeah, Call of Duty won mobile game of the year. It's actually a very fun game. My thumbs are just too fat to play it. So yeah, don't judge me. Don't you judge me. Mobile game of the year, we got Apex Legends. Apex Legends. That's a multiplayer game of the year. Yeah, okay. So multiplayer game of the year is Apex Legends, which we had Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, Tom Clancy's Division 2, which was actually a fantastic game if you haven't played it. Borderlands 3. I didn't even know that was a multiplayer game. Completely forgot. But Apex Legends has been like it jumped onto the scene. It was amazing. It was a great game. The gunplay, everything. But I think that Call of Duty might have been the better game this year, though. Just gonna put it out there. Narrative game of the year, Disco Elysium. I have no idea. They don't even have a picture of it. Oh no, Disco Elysium. I've never heard of that before in my life. They got it. They won. They won something. All right. So what's next? What's next? Hold on. Let me see. All right. We saw Family Game of the Year. I just want to do like narrative, ongoing game. Fortnite won that title for ongoing game of the year with Apex Legends and Destiny being on there too. Performance. Okay, so this is the voice actor performance of the year goes to Mads Mikkelsen as Cliff in Death Stranding. I cool. Good shit. Good shit. Some really popular names on here. Norman Reedus was also up there too for Death Stranding. Laura Bailey, Matthew Perida, Courtney Hope, and Ashley Birch from The Outer Worlds. Role-playing games. Disco Elysium won that. I'm guessing The Outer Worlds is a role-playing game? Okay. Final Fantasy 14 and also Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3, actually, I've heard really bad reviews on that one from some people. Okay, so score and music. Death Stranding won that. Outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. I feel like Madden and like 2K should be up there for shit like this. But then again, I guess it's not original music by them. All right, so sports / racing game of the year. Crash Racing Nitro Fueled won this award. We're going to continue to move on from there. I mean, look, we got eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer. I didn't even know this shit still came out. I've seen that FIFA like the most popular. F1 2019 and Dirt Rally 2.0. All right, strategy game, Fire Emblem, Three Houses, VR game, Beat Saber, and that's it. That's all we got. So the video game awards, as we can see, it's not normally about just the awards. It's normally about like the trailers and shit. I didn't get to see the trailers or anything that they might have had this year. Of course, I missed it because I knew what day it was, but I always work during these nights, so which sucks. I really would have loved to watch it. But Green Day performed? What? Green Day? Interesting. So we didn't get really anything. We got a Jumanji Next Level thing going on there. That's pretty much it. Okay, cool. So that is going to be the show today. I want to do the video game awards real quick, and hopefully, well, probably wasn't quick at all, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Cruising Podcast. I know I only talked about 2 animes today, but I'm going to talk about a lot more next week. I'm going to try to watch multiple animes, which is going to be tough money. But hopefully, I can get Christmas holidays coming up, so we might do some Christmas episodes next week. We'll see. I guess we will. We will do it. Greatest Christmas song of all time. Please let me know. But with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode today. Oh yeah, where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, also on YouTube, also on Twitch. Also, where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast for latest updates. Also at Nicetown Finest on Twitter. Also, that's it. Also, you can find the Cruising Podcast on anywhere else like the Spotify. I saw it on like TuneIn, Castbox, Stitcher. Like anywhere you can get your podcast needs is where you can find the Cruising Podcast. And so with that, I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Friday, I'll be talking sports, and got big one on Sunday. Big game on Sunday. Nobody thinks it is, but only us in the NFCs. So with that, thank you guys so much for listening. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll catch you guys on Friday. Deuces.